be live.
Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
All right, we're here with Izar cruden fighting out of Central PA. We did a little bit in the back in the green room, and I already had to apologize to him because he listened to our fight breakdown. He was like, "Oh man, those announcer guys were clowning me," and I was one of those announcer guys. So I would like to formally apologize to you right off the jump of the show because I didn't want you to feel like we didn't like you or anything. But I had never seen any of your fights, honestly. I only saw a couple blurbs online. There's not a lot of film on you online, which is a great thing. But you came in and you dominated our champion, Brian Miller. And Brian is one of the best guys we've ever seen fight. And you made him look like he was had 0 fights. So all hats off to you. And I apologize once again.
I appreciate it.
For the record, I did not say nothing because I know you can take me off. So.
It was Ben. I'm pretty sure Ben's the one that made the Tim Hortons joke. So we'll blame it on Ben. But I said some stuff too, I'm sure. And man, how did you get so good without having fights on tape?
I've been fighting since I was born. I feel like before I did Muay Thai, I loved WWE, or before I even watched UFC, I loved WWE. I've been fighting with my little brother. I've been getting beat up by my cousins, all stuff like that, just my whole life. But fighting is what I love and it's what I'm good at. So I'm training really hard every day, and that's how I get to where I'm at. I trained a long time before I fought. Not actually a long time, maybe a year and a half, a year, but I was training hard and trying to over prepare for when I started competing.
Man, you looked phenomenal. Your range control was amazing. I think the only times you really got hit was inside the clinch. I'm not sure outside the first round that he even hit you on open floor, did he?
Yeah, that when I watched it back, I got caught mostly when I was clinching, but not whenever I pull the clinch. It was whenever we would initiate the clinch. So if the clinch started, and I was here before I got to close my elbows, he would loop over or try to come under. That's in the last round where you told me in the end that you thought I got rocked. That's where he hit me.
Yeah, that was really the only thing that he had going for you, and you did such a good job controlling the range. What do you attribute that to? I know you were taller, but he's fought taller guys. Everyone fights taller guys. They don't make it look like you did. What do you do that's different?
I drill. That's all. I work on it. I know what my natural attributes are, and I drill that. My coach helps me with that. He just has me drill. He tells me you're long, and that's one of the things that's working for you. You need to make people feel like they can't touch you. So I would just work on that. When I'm sparring, I'm working on that. When I'm hitting the bag, I'm working on that. When I'm hitting the pads, I'm working on that.
To talk about Ryan then, Ryan is your main head coach.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, I worked with him at Oregon camp, and I worked at him at a couple other camps too. I'm from the WTBA too.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, dude, he's an amazing guy. He's a leader in the TBA, so a WTBA. Obviously, he's one of the best coaches you could have, and man, it really shows. I want to give your whole gym some shine. I know you guys were not happy with some of the judging at the fight, so I want to bring that out in the open too. What did you think about it? I don't say too much about your fight because obviously people are gonna watch it, but what do you think about the way the night went for your team?
When I was I watched almost every fight except for my teammate Liz and Joe, because Joe was right before my fight, so I wasn't watching that. But when I was in the back, I know that my teammate Bodie, Xavier both got draws, and I think that they both edged those out. And I also think Joaquin won his fight. But I just personally don't know how the draws happen. I think if anything, I would much rather have I don't know if I would say I'd much rather take a loss than a draw, but I would rather know who won. Like I would not like to go home not knowing that I like won or lost. So me personally, if it was me, I wouldn't have liked it. But I understand like some of the fights. I understand why it happened because there was big damage in the last round, or like there was a knockdown here. But I think in Xavier's fight, they accounted for him slipping. Like he did get knocked down in the third round, but then there was a couple times where he slipped and people thought he got swept, or like I don't know. I think um theatrics go into like how people see things goes into
Mhm.
how fights scored. So like I don't know. But my boys are good now and they're ready to get some wins this time.
Heck yeah. So I think the scoring, gamma scoring is a little bit different, but they're almost always the same. So as these fights were going on, I don't know if you listened, but I was calling them in the booth. I like, man, this is gonna be a draw. This is gonna be like we watch enough fights that the reffing is very consistent. So sweep score big, knockdown score big. It always wins you the round. Even if you close in a round, it's still going to be a 10-8 if you get a knockdown. Um,
Yeah.
so there's going to be a lot of draws. There's a knockdown and you lose the other two.
Yeah.
And it's always scored like that. So I know that's not typically how like every tie fight is scored everywhere, but that's how they score it. So I feel like although the judging is different than what you guys were used to, like I do think it was fair. I talked to Ryan about it too, like in between rounds before you came out, and I was like, man, like I'm telling you, they always score this, they always score this, they always score this, and hopefully, like I know he was pretty hot, and I felt bad for him. I just hopefully you guys had a great trip, and man, you close out the night very strong for your team.
Yeah. I think the other thing is, like we all know, like before we went up there, we knew that the goal has to be to look for a finish. Like we know not to leave it up to the judges and everyone that made mistakes, everyone makes mistakes, and everyone that made mistakes that night will know to come back better. So it's only a learning experience.
Yeah, it is important. It's important to Man, it's hard to know because you guys are fighting out of state. You're coming out of state to fight these things. It's not like, oh, I can just go fight in a gamma fight somewhere.
Yeah.
But like it's difficult. I hopefully you guys don't feel like you got ripped off. It wasn't because you're not from the area. Like I feel like every one of those fights were scored like just like if you were fighting from Buffalo and you had the same outcome. I honestly believe that the score would be exactly the same way. I don't think it was because you guys are coming in from out of town.
I got you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think honestly the gym environment since we've gotten back, there's not really been much talk about it. So everyone's just back to the grind, getting ready for the next one.
Yeah, that's like a great mentality too, because obviously the goal is to never take it to the judges because when you do, you never know what's going to happen because who knows? And every now
Yeah,
and then you get a judge, it'll be like, so one guy will have a 30-27 one way, other guy's got 30-27 the other way. Like, I mean, it's so subjective at times too.
yeah, I agree.
So you're coming back and you're putting the title on the line against Nick Walker. What do you know about Nick Walker, and why did you take such a quick turnaround in this fight?
You asked me if I was gonna fight. I told you I'd
Yeah.
see what we could do. So it's a, that's why I took the quick turnaround because honestly, the real reason I took a quick turnaround is because I don't want to stay amateur for very long. I want to make money, and I don't want to work I don't want to work a real job. I want to fight. Fighting's my job, and that's what I feel like I was put on this earth to fight. So I want to go pro and live my life as a fighter, and then open up a gym one day. So those are my aspirations. So the quick turnaround will keep coming. I'm booked for the next like 2 months. Like I already have stuff lined up after this fight. So
Awesome, man. That's great.
yeah,
Normally, I would say you should take your time in amateurs, but man, Brian Miller is a high level amateur, and the way you look, like you should get as many fights as you can and then turn pro. I really do believe that, man. Your skill
yeah.
set is really
Yeah.
really good.
You definitely
The
got the tools.
I appreciate it. The other reason I felt comfortable, well, it doesn't matter how comfortable I feel to take the turnaround, but I didn't take much damage at all in that fight. I felt like it took me like afterwards, every time I fight, my muscles get real tight, like my hips will lock up for a week or something like that. But never as long as I'm not injured, I can fight a week later. Like I'll be good.
That's awesome. I mean, you really didn't get hit that much, so you probably don't have too much damage unless you
Yeah.
hurt your feet or your ankles or your hands. I mean, you're probably pretty all right.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
So whenever I talk about your fight with other people, they talk about the elbows and just the, like boom, those crazy down elbows you're throwing. Um,
Yeah.
where did you learn those? And do you think that plays for you because you have such a good height advantage? Like those look so devastating, man.
Again, shout out to Ryan. He knows I'm tall. He knows the angles. I was drilling that. I was like, honestly, when the fight started, I um I was kind of like, I don't really get anxious for the fights, so I wasn't feeling anything like at all, like no emotion. And then we clinched up a little bit, and Ryan threw a short elbow, and it clicked in my brain. I was like, "Oh, elbows!" And that's when I just started wailing him. So like, I got hit with an elbow. I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot I could do that." And then that's when you saw like me like go for the we call it tomahawk. So
Mhm.
that's what I was trying to do.
So so it's all his fault that he got elbowed to death. If he wouldn't have elbowed you, you probably wouldn't have elbowed him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have remembered so soon. But I had to get some back. He was he landed the first one, so yeah.
Did you think you would be able to stop him the way the fight was going?
Mm, well, going into the fight, I prepared for a long fight. I prepared for like grueling, like didn't know how the first couple rounds were gonna go. So like I thought I was gonna have to establish stuff a lot slower. Like I thought I was gonna have to keep him at range a little slower, and like before I could open up with the elbows and everything, I thought I was gonna have to feel him out. But then towards always after the first round, I think the guy's gonna come out harder. Like I always prepare the hardest round's gonna be the second round in my head. Cause now you both know what is coming towards you. So I thought that he was waiting till the second round, but after the second round, I thought I could maybe stop him, like going forward. But yeah, he's a dog. I actually brought big shout out to Brian because he fought on my debut card. I was debuting last June, and he was the co-main event on that card. And I remember finishing my fight and changing whatever and coming out and watching him fight and seeing the him and the guy he fought. I thought it was so high level, and
Mhm.
like watching it, it's like crazy to think that I'm like that's me now.
Not only that, you made him look like he's not that high level too. Like
Yeah.
I can't. So like, it sounds like I'm putting Brian down, but I have such a high respect for Brian. And like you elevated my respect for you just by the way you handled that fight. Um, I I honestly thought coming out, I thought the same thing. I thought he was gonna like, man, he's having a hard time with that range. He's gonna be a lot better in the second, and he didn't get any better in the second. Um, you just came in and man, you really made it a nightmare for him. And like I was actually wondering if what was going on that you were able to um, like control that range so good. Do you like drill way more than you spar, or do you spar and drill? Like how do you break down your training? You said you drilled a lot, like you just drill it over and over again. Is that like most of your training is drilling then, or
Nah,
pads a lot? Like can you break down your training a little bit?
I drill over and over because I train all day. I'll wake up at 9, go train at 10, 10 to 11, 11:30. Then I'll run between 11 and 11:40. 11:40, I train again. We spar then. And then I go to work, come back at 9 o'clock at night, and I do pads at night.
Man,
And that's Monday through Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm running. Uh, right now I'm at my dad's neighborhood because I was running today. It's they have like really steep inclines here, so I do like 5 miles every uh Thursday through Sunday, or Friday through Sunday. I'm running like 5 miles in the morning, on inclines and stuff like that.
man,
So
that's so much work. And you say you work too. You don't want to work. What do you do?
right now I just work at Wegmans. I work at a grocery store.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We me and Ray had this talk a long time ago, and there was like a bunch of people on K4. All of them worked at Wegmans. It was crazy. It was like half the crowd
Really?
worked at Wegmans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys are near the headquarters, I think, like Rochester area.
yeah. It's not too far away from here. So we had like that one card, there was probably like more than half the card that people worked at Wegmans. It was crazy. Uh,
That is crazy.
yeah, it's like a simulation, dude. It's really nuts.
Yeah.
Um, we got away from it a little bit, but I'm going to spin it right back. We we talked about what you know about Nick Walker, and we skipped right over into why we had the quick turnaround. So, what do you know about Nick Walker, and how do you think this fight is going to play out?
Um, Honestly, I don't look into my opponents very much. I've definitely seen clips of him on like Instagram from the K4 Instagram, but my focus is being like the best Izar cruden that steps in the octagon. And I think I have to be weary of everyone. So I think of everyone as Francis Ngannou. That's my training philosophy. I just think everyone's gonna rip my head off. So I'm focused on being the best Izar. I've watched uh even for the Brian fight, I didn't watch much film. Um so I've definitely seen clips and I know what to look out for, but I'm looking at him as like just another opponent. Everyone's just another step in like the story, the path for me to eventually go pro. But much respect to him. I don't know much about him though.
I like that. Does Ryan break down the fights for you? Does he watch the tape so you guys institute a game plan, or you just kind of feel it out when you get in there?
Yeah, it's definitely it's there's things that I know to do when I'm in the octagon. Like we set up a game plan, but I think Brian, I watched a little bit of film, but it was I don't really know, to be honest. It's very small amount of studying the actual fighter because I don't personally like to do that. That's not my I mean, like, seeing it is cool, but I could watch 100 fights of one person and see what they do good or what they do bad, but when they come in there with me, you don't know what they're gonna do good or what they're gonna do bad. Like, that's my personal philosophy. You can see what people are good at, but once you're fighting them, it will be completely different or maybe the same, but you never know. It's always like a coin flip.
Yeah, as a coach myself, I watch a lot of film, and I think guys, so like what guys do offensively changes depending on who they fight with, but like their defense and their reactions are always they're pretty hard to break. So those pretty much stay the same from fight to fight. So you want to see what a guy does off his back foot. You want to see what he does with pressure. You want to see like what sweeps he likes. Like just stuff like that. So as a coach, I watch those things. I was wondering if you had Ryan breaking that down for you, if you just go in there and just figure it out on the fly.
Yeah, definitely Ryan's watching more than I am, I would say. Right, uh I would say how I would say it is like um I'm the soldier and Ryan's the one like giving me the orders.
Yeah, he's the general. He's
Yeah,
taking
the
care of it.
general.
We're gonna do this. Yeah, that's what some of my guys don't like to watch tape at all. So what I do is I institute the game plan. Like they're gonna do this and this and this. We're gonna look at this, but just play your game. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I like in the clinch. This is what they're gonna do. Like when you get them backed up, this is what they're gonna do. When you see this, this is what's coming probably.
Yeah.
So
And I like what you said about like what they do offensively can change, but defensively it will stay the same because it's kind of like people were saying, I think it might have been you in my fight when I was watching it back, I heard my hand discipline is really good.
yeah, that was
And
me for sure.
so like my hand discipline is good because I drill my hand discipline. I don't drill with my hands down. I never drill with my hands down. I'm always touching my chin. I train in 16-ounce gloves. Like no matter what I'm doing, I'm in big gloves trying to like train my hands being up. So I think that also goes to like, you know, if you see a guy in the ring here or like that, I don't know, hands down, you know how they're training. Like that's how I think of it. I try not to cut corners with like certain training stuff. And like maybe keeping your hands down is not cutting a corner for some people, but um I see it as like that's like a fundamental that needs to be implemented like early.
I think it depends on what you're fighting too, because
Yeah.
there's definitely advantages for having your hands down in MMA, especially in the grappling aspects. But for Muay Thai, you definitely want your hands up. Like so, like I agree with you to an extent. And for the discipline we're talking about today, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not too much advantage of having your hands down in Muay Thai. There's like nothing for it to do. Like you're not
Yeah.
stuffing shots. You're not
I mean, I
nothing
get it
like
for
that.
like um the only reason I understand it is to be deceptive, like trying to like come from below the hip or whatever so that you can't see the punch coming, but like I would much rather them see my punch coming and my punch be fast and still hit them or not hit them than like have to worry about getting kicked in the face or like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Getting kicked in the face is not worth the help that you get. And you got
Yeah.
that big gloves on too, so even when you come up, there's a lot more interference. So like those little 4 ounce gloves are small. I don't know how much MMA you do, but there's a huge difference between getting a glove in between MMA gloves and getting a glove between big boxing gloves. There's a huge
Yep.
difference. The space is a lot different. So I don't ever think that having your hands down and um, like Muay Thai or striking is really that good. I mean, MVP does it, and he gets away with it, and Prayer does it, and he gets away with it. But they're the exceptions, not the rule.
Yeah.
That's not point style karate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It's from a bladed stance. It's different. Like in Muay Thai, you're kind of square. You're not like totally bladed like that too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just a little bit different.
That's
There
right.
was a change of venue and look date for you guys. You were originally scheduled to fight, yesterday,
Yeah.
and that didn't come through. Does that affect your training at all? Were you like peak for this fight, or like it's still pretty good for you?
Everything's good.
Still good. Is it a bigger advantage for you to not fight him at home since his hometown is Rochester? Now you're fighting kind of neutral Buffalo.
Don't care. It
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter. Nah.
Yeah, that's good, man. I like to hear that. I'm sure it bothers him some because it definitely gonna affect how much money he makes from selling tickets and stuff too. So that
Yeah.
could be like something that plays to your advantage as well.
I think I try not to buy into any of the mind games at all. Like what my opponent is like thinking, I don't think about any of it, to be honest. Like the core of it, I think like the work is all that matters. I think I'm working hard. I'm sure he's working hard, but like my thing is like no matter what's happening outside of this or that, when we get in there, it's about who put in the hours. That's all. Like I don't know. The venue, we could fight in the desert, we could fight in the ocean. It doesn't matter.
I think the ocean might matter. It'd be kind of slow if you're fighting underwater.
Yeah, that would be cool. Imagine like a ring in the
With sharks.
surrounded by water. Yeah,
Yeah,
Surrounded by sharks.
yeah, that would
dude.
be sick.
If it was underwater, dude, you have to whoever swam better would win too. Like a lot more stuff would come into play. Like who could
Yeah.
drown the other guy? It'd be crazy.
Have you seen the underwater jujitsu?
No,
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
I saw the
yeah,
car jujitsu. I seen the phone booth boxing. I didn't see the underwater jujitsu yet.
yeah. That one's wild.
I think I would not do that one.
Mm-mm.
Do you have any aspirations of going to MMA? You talk about MMA quite a bit. You talk about MMA fighters, and you call it the octagon, not the ring. Are we gonna see you in the cage fighting MMA anytime?
I don't know about soon, but one day.
Yeah. Is that the
Yeah,
goal to turn pro in MMA too?
one day.
So
It's
now,
like I wanna be like my long-term goal. I think I'll find the most success turning pro in Muay Thai, and I think that's where my strengths are. Striking. I like to scrap. I don't really like. I don't know. I love the fight, and like I obviously MMA is still a fight. Like MMA is a dog fight, but I don't want to be able to. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that too much.
You
But
don't want a guy on top of you, right?
right, and I don't care. I think I'll prepare accurately, or I'll prepare correctly for the MMA fight, just as I prepare for the Muay Thai fights. But like my goal, I need to stay focused on going pro in what I'm good at right now, and I think I could be a really good MMA fighter. But um, I see myself going MMA, the MMA route, like Alex or Izzy, like Anderson Silva. Even he was like crazy at Muay Thai before he did MMA, and like that's my track, I think, to the octagon, the real
yeah, dude,
octagon.
Anderson Silva really had a quick road too. He got heel hooked, that crazy heel hook, and Pride,
Right?
and
Yep.
that dude, like, he became
Yeah.
unstoppable in UFC. Man, it doesn't take long to catch up in the jiu-jitsu aspect of the game because, like, they got to take you down. So all you got to do
Hmm.
is be able to stay up on your feet or get up. right? And if you can strike, man, that puts a huge like you see Pereira's like got in there as like a blue or purple belt or whatever, and he's able to hang out. Obviously, he's better now, but at the time he started, like he couldn't really grapple at all. And now, in a couple of years, he's able to grapple on the level with those guys.
Yeah. He didn't get like he's the only one that got a takedown in his last fight against Ankalaev.
Yeah,
So
against
that's
a
cool.
Russian cat that can wrestle too. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy. He's come that far.
real
Um,
life.
is there any Muay Thai guys that you like? Do you like ONE FC? Like, is there like a person you're patterning yourself after in a pros striking, or no? Just more MMA.
Yeah, I'm an MMA fan. Like I'm not so much I like Muay Thai as an athlete, but it's almost like one of those things a lot of basketball players don't like basketball.
Hmm.
Like a lot of international basketball players, they don't watch basketball, or like a lot of even MMA fighters don't watch MMA sometimes. Like they gotta watch who they're fighting, but if you ask them to keep up with like what's going on, they don't know like the ins and outs of it all because I think once you're so enveloped in it, I think it's harder to enjoy like I don't know. That's how I see it. I'm not a big Muay Thai fan. I definitely know the names and I watch it enough, but yeah, I'm not like a huge fan.
I love watching Muay Thai, but MMA is more fun to watch for me personally.
Yeah.
I love watching Muay Thai clips and breaking down what they do. I do enjoy that. I don't like watching Muay Thai fight to me isn't exciting because you never know. Like you always know exactly how it's gonna go. MMA fights, you're like, man, who knows what's gonna happen? These are crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
A little more
Uh,
unpredictability.
Yeah.
Plus,
Um,
UFC does a good job selling that shit. Like, there's like
I
all these
agree.
promos all over, and like, come watch it. Like, I think if Muay Thai did that in the states, Muay Thai would be just as popular.
I agree. I think that's the other thing. I'm invested like I was telling you earlier, I started like when I was real young watching WWE. So I'm invested in the characters. Like my favorite fighter is Charles Oliveira, and he has such a his story is so crazy. Like he's paralyzed. He was he can't like he's blind basically. He has like really bad vision and just like his whole story is so inspiring and you can buy into that. I don't think I see that in like the one championship promotions. Like they all almost have a similar story. You know who's ruling the Muay Thai world. Like it's the Thai fighters and I don't know, some of like a lot of them are friends, but I don't think it's as diverse as MMA right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The Ray's sitting over there in the dark because he can't see either. He's all blind.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
good story too. Oh man. So we're gonna be calling your fight this time too. I promise you, I will not make fun of you this time. And I have to get in a cage with you and interview you again probably. So please don't hurt me when I actually see you in real life.
I love it. I honestly like that was one of my favorite parts of the fight. Knowing like that I was able to prove myself. That I love that. Like one sec. I gotta plug in a charger. Oh, I might have to plug in a charger in a little bit or grab one from somewhere. But knowing I didn't know that I had to prove myself. I felt like I was going in to fight the lion. Like I felt like I was food to the lion.
Hmm.
And I like that feeling and knowing that that's kind of how it was perceived. I like the fact that I proved it. Like, all right, now I'm everyone's on notice.
For sure, there are noticed, dude. I was so surprised because, like, you have so much skill that there's not video of you fighting. Normally, for someone to be as good as you, they fought somewhere where they're recording it and they're posting it for free, not even just the pay-per-view links.
Yeah,
And man, you look so good. And as soon as
oh,
I started
thank
seeing you
you.
moving, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to take back like all this. I thought you're being fed to the lions too, man. Like
Yeah,
you had a great record, but like Brian Miller is really really good, dude. And then like I people don't even can't even understand like at the level that he's at, like what it showed to be where you were at.
yeah. That's the other thing. I haven't before that fight. I hadn't competed in a long time. Like, it was almost a full year in between. So like last year. the reason there's not film is because my first fight was here in PA, and it was my debut fight. Like no one's watching that really,
Mhm.
so that was like that was cool, but it was not like I didn't show my skill very much. And then all my other fights were basically in Canada. I just racked up all the wins in Canada. So now that I'm coming, like now that I'm back here, this is like the big, I guess viewing. Now people will start seeing me.
Yeah, now it's easy to get it. You can just order the pay-per-view, and you can catch that at K4Fighting.tv, and you can pay the couple dollars, and you can watch Izar destroy Brian Miller. And then he will be fighting again in 2 weeks. We're going to be back at Buffalo Riverworks for the Art of Combat K4 show. And then to give Izar credit, you just put in cruden as like K4 cruden, and then he should on for the promo code, and he should get credit for the tickets. So if you guys
Yeah.
are coming to watch the champ fight, you should put in K4 Cruden. Is this a title for title fight?
I wanted it to be. I
He's a
was,
is he the kickboxing champ or is he the Thai champ?
I don't know, but he was 170 champion something, and I wanted
Yeah.
that belt.
I believe that was a tie
So,
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Thai, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys
well,
can put them both up.
yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Honestly, before, like I said, it's pretty much the general and the soldier with Ryan, and he had told me he was working on it, and he had like the goal was for it to be at 170, and
Mhm.
I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but a no came back
Yeah.
from for 170,
Uh-huh.
and then there was an idea of meet in the middle or something like that, like title for title, both are on the
Oh, that would be
line.
awesome.
We wanted to do 167 point, whatever the middle was.
Uh-huh.
I don't care. But whatever the middle was, title for title. Like whoever wins takes all. That's what I wanted. I told you in my post fight interview, my plan is to put belt to ass and I wanted more
Yeah.
belts.
Yeah. Dude, that would have
So
been awesome.
that's what I wanted.
When we get
But
Nick Walker, we'll ask him about that for sure.
that sounds good. I
Yeah.
don't like I said, I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but there was just a no somewhere. So 165 it was.
Yeah, just so you know, like Nick Walker's been on the show a bunch of times because he's been our champ for a while, and we're like we push his restaurant. We're like we like him a lot too, you know.
Yeah.
So like we have a pretty friendly relationship with him, and like I think this is an awesome fight. I'm nervous to see how this one goes. To be honest with you, like man, you look so good. I'm a little bit nervous for Nick. I'm gonna tell him that too, and he's gonna be like, ah, you're dumb, caveman. I'm gonna do this, you
Yeah.
know, like.
Uh,
But
like I said, it's all respect to him. I'm sure he's like in my head he hits like Francis. Like he's gonna be a killer.
dude, he's got great body shots. He's probably got the best body shots in K4 that I've seen so far.
I'm
Like the most
excited.
damaging ones.
Yeah.
And he lands them clean too, man. Like they're so clean. I don't know if you broke down his fights yet, but there's some clean body shots in his fights too.
Yeah.
Um, I can't wait to watch you guys fight. To be honest, he's a
It'll be
little bit
cool.
rangier than Brian too, so like it's a pretty interesting matchup for me to actually watch.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I'm
Yeah,
excited for
I can't believe what a great fight this is, and like I never thought this fight was gonna like I figured this fight happened eventually, but I couldn't imagine that we would have got it like this Saturday. Saturday it just happened if it wasn't for the show getting moved back to Buffalo.
yeah. Opportunity. Actually Ryan sent me a quote today. I'll read it.
Awesome.
It says let me see. Opportunities are usually disguised as hard work. Most people don't recognize, or that's why most people don't recognize the opportunities. So I think I'm putting in the hard work and I could recognize it as an opportunity.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, and that's a really good quote. I love that he's sending you quotes too. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he found one. He sent it to all of us in our group chat.
That's awesome. How many guys do you have on the card?
Right now, it's just me and Xavier, who fought
Nice.
last time.
Yeah, Xavier was awesome too, man.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Guys are like you brought a whole bunch of dogs, man. That was a great fight. I felt bad that Ron was so upset, like the way the show was going. I wish I could like I felt like giving him a hug, man. It was rough. Like I want everyone to come in and enjoy themselves, you know, like because the guys were getting great output too. The fights were really good. It's just things weren't falling in your favor, you know.
Yeah.
especially they're around. It seems like it costs.
So speaking of the third round, Empire Academy, the place Nick Walker's from, is famous for winning the last round. Who's going to win the last round in your fight?
If it goes there, me.
That's pretty good. The only better answer than that would have been like, the last round's going to be the round I knock him out in, so it doesn't matter.
Nah. If it goes there, if it goes there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to ask him the same question too, just so you know, and then you can watch that one too. He's going to have to say he's going to win the last round though, because that's their whole gym motto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's even better. He's got the pressure on him. I
Yeah.
don't got the pressure on me. Who knows?
Now they're supposed to have Rodney Hohenstein, their cardio coach. You had him on a few times too. He's awesome, you know. But like, it still comes down to individual, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so like they're working hard because they work hard as a team, but your team works hard too. You know, you guys were all in really good shape as well.
Yeah.
It was awesome to see.
We
Ray,
also
who
had
do you think? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're good. We had a guy that he got a fight like he had a week's notice, and he hopped on the card. Bodie.
Yeah.
He had a week to prepare for the fight. Went all rounds. It went to a decision. So that was crazy to me too. Like everyone's in shape.
Yeah, you have to be to do the sport.
Yeah.
And Ray, who do you think is going to win the last round in this fight coming up?
Man,
I always do this then every show.
yeah, throw me under the bus like that, Caveman. But
Remember, it's the big guy that said the big guy with
Yeah.
sunglasses. He's the one that said this. I'm gonna tell Nick Walker what you said too. So you're fucked no matter what.
man, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. I can't wait to watch the fight. It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be probably fight of the night. Two of my favorite style fighters, two tall guys. I'm gonna give the advantage to whoever got the longest reach and the taller fighter. And I don't know who that is though. I gotta find out the weigh-ins. I gotta find out.
Yeah, I don't know who's taller either. How tall are you?
I like to say 6'5".
Yeah,
But
I don't think you're 6'5", but that's all right. What are you?
Yeah, you look like 6'7".
that's what the doctors tell me.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to the doctor's office, that's what they always tell me. So I go at 6'5". But
What's Nick, like 6'1.5", 6'2"? I think you're a few inches taller than Nick if you're really 6'5".
I think Nick might be 6'3".
Yeah, so 2 inches. Yeah, so
something like that.
Nick Walker's the shorter guy. So you're going
Yeah.
for Izar then.
Well,
Hey, it's good, man. You don't gotta go either way. I'll show you May 17th.
okay, but I'm gonna say this: the taller fighter will have the advantage with the knees and the clinch.
Yeah, and that's the only spot. To be fair, this is what I'm going to write in a write-up too. I'm working on a write-up now. I was like, the only spot that Izar looked hittable in is the entry to clinch and inside the clinch. So, you know, that'll be something to watch in the fight as well.
It's all right.
And-
He threw some nice knees at the fight against Miller.
Dude, he threw nice everything. Dude, those
Yeah.
elbows are crazy.
Yep.
Those elbows were coming from in the clinch too. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be dangerous in clinch for both men. Like I'm excited to see this one. I really am. K4 couldn't put on a better title for title fight or whatever title this is going for. Like,
Yeah.
this fight is amazing. Once again, our podcast, Caveman's Corner, we're giving away $400. We're giving away $100 to each person for fight tonight, $100 for knockout tonight, $100 for submission tonight, just like all the Buffalo shows. So knockout tonight is ours, $100. Fight nights, $100. You unfortunately dominated your fight so much. There's no chance for you to get fight tonight last time.
It's all good. I wanted it to go to Bodie. Bodie was they were swinging. I like all the I was fighting for a belt, so all the other stuff it could go to my team.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be there, and hopefully this time we can give you some money too. I know you travel. You guys come far. Like, it's always a good show too, and we appreciate you guys coming out. Do you have any sponsors to plug or anyone to thank?
Not at the moment. Obviously, thank you to Ryan. Thank you to my teammates, and thank you to my family. That's who I do it for. So
We gotta get you some sponsors too, man. Holy cow.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you gotta work on getting. Part of being a pro is making money doing it. So you gotta really work on getting some sponsors for yourself too.
Yeah, I
You know
definitely
that?
have like I have my goal sheet right now. So sponsorship is on it, but there's a couple things that come first.
Yeah. It's an important part though too because you got to be able to pay for training, and
Yeah,
like your first couple of fights when you're making a few $100s a fight, a few $100s a win, it really doesn't cover the bills, you know. So you really got to start getting on that sponsorship stuff too, especially on stuff like this where it's pay per view, and you be like, oh, we're on pay per view, so like it's a good opportunity even,
yeah,
to just go to a pizzeria or a weed joint and try and get some cash. Weed
for
joints
sure.
get a lot of cash for fighting.
Yeah, unfortunately in PA I can't do that. It's just
Oh,
medical.
oh man, we
My
gotta get
friend,
some from Buffalo.
my friend got
Yeah.
to open up a rejoint. Best buds.
Hey, let them know that the best fighter needs a sponsor.
Yeah, dude, hook them up, man.
Okay.
Where's Best Buds located, Ray?
Uh, damn, bad.
Oh man, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus.
I
All right,
got it.
while,
I got to look at my Facebook Messenger.
all right,
Look
while you're
that
looking
up.
up, I'm gonna make a quick plug for K4. So
Okay,
we're
go ahead.
doing K4 Art of Combat Invincible. It's gonna be May 17th. That fight is gonna be on a Saturday. You can get tickets online right now. When you go to get tickets, if you go to promo, you fill in all your information. You buy the tickets, it's gonna ask you for a promo code. If you put in promo code cruden K4, you will give Izar credit for selling that ticket, and then he'll get a small percentage of that ticket selling. Right now, that's the only way our champion's making any money. So let's hook him up and try and get him some cash.
For
Okay.
sure.
Best Buds Dispensary, 146 Virginia Street, Buffalo, New York.
146 Virginia Street. Check that place
All
out
right,
while you're up there.
146 Russian Street. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I gotta grab a charger real quick. I don't want my iPad to die on you guys.
All
I'll
right.
be
Well,
right
hang
back.
on. All right. Oh, snap. He left us.
I'm here.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So you're going to get them to hook us up with sponsorship, right? We already gave them a plug.
Yep. I'm gonna talk to him. I was supposed to go yesterday or today over there to
All
talk
right.
to him.
If
But
it'll help us, I'll clip it up and I'll turn it into a clip.
yeah,
And then you can send this to him.
yeah. I'll talk to you after the podcast.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll cut out the part where you didn't know where it was. So who do you think really gonna win, Ray?
It's gonna be a good fight, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good fight. Both guys are good fighters. Man, I don't know, man.
All right,
I'm
I'm
not
back.
gonna say, but I won't be surprised if either one of them come out victory because they're both good.
I was trying to get Ray to say that you're gonna lose while you were listening.
I love it. I love either way. I'd rather have the cards against me than have them for me. I don't like to. I mean, I'll uphold whatever I got to. I'll stand for whatever, but I'd rather prove people wrong.
I think that's a good mentality to come in with, but I think another good mentality is like I'm gonna win no matter what, and people
Right.
should be behind me, so they should think I'm the winner too. And eventually, I think you're gonna get there because right now it's easy because you don't got a lot of fights, but when you start having a lot of success, you're gonna be like, man, these people should love me, like, and then like
Yeah.
at some point it's gonna be like, man, what do I gotta do to get through these guys and make some money doing it? So,
Hey, Caveman,
Yeah.
yeah.
I gotta say this though. He's been fighting in Canada, and Canada got some tough fighters. So
Dude, Canadian Muay Thai is really, really good. I don't know
yeah,
Yeah.
why it's so good, but it's really good.
so you got to be good, man, fighting in Canada.
Yeah. It was a tournament, so I fought like I actually was the only person in the tournament. There was a crazy situation that happened. First day of the tournament, I was supposed to have one fight. I got the bye. I fought the dude and I kneed him like really hard. I clinched him up. It was like 30 seconds. I landed across, like bloodied his nose, and then we clinched and I kneed him and he went down. Like he folded to knees to the body. Then he tried to say that I kneed him in the face, and that's the reason he was bloody. And I couldn't knee to the face in that tournament. And so they called it, and like overnight, they basically had to figure it out because they disqualified me, and I there was no reason to disqualify me. I won the fight, and or so basically, what ended up happening was the next day I had to fight 3 times in one day, which was the most like at the tournament. And that was like the last day of the tournament. So the dude that I fought and need him, like that should have been a TKO, which went on my record, and it did ended up going. But then the next day I knocked him out again, but I knocked him out. I like landed a cross over his shoulder. So the first day I TKO'd him to the body. The second day I knocked him out, and then I went on to fight the rest of the tournament. That was a crazy time. That was 4 fights in like 2 days.
Yeah,
So
that's
did they
okay.
make you rematch with him off the jump, and that's why I had 3 fights, or did they call it no contest and then they went
Nah,
back?
they
Or like, how did it?
he
What?
tried to he tried to walk away with the DQ. Like he tried to walk away with it, and he didn't want to fight me. Like I could tell, and he tried to run with the idea that he got the DQ win, whatever, or not DQ, whatever it was. Like I don't know. Technically it would be a DQ, but then in like our argument was one, they had film that I didn't knee him in the face. Two, if he got kneed in the face and couldn't continue that fight, how can he fight again? Like you're gonna
Right.
say that he can fight again? It doesn't make sense. So the only like they came up with was a rematch. So we rematched, and that was like a 50-second fight or something like that.
That's awesome, man. That's a good story too. Like I like that justice was served.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for his ass.
Did
But
did
now
you?
he's a cool guy. He's a younger guy. He follows me on Instagram now. So
Oh, okay.
I I don't know. I like to keep it real cordial with all my opponents, but that was one of the weirder things that has happened.
You seem like a real good professional guy. You seem like just like you have that your balance quite right. You're like you're gonna win. You're confident, but you're not like asshole, and there's no ill feelings. It's just that you're
Yeah.
gonna win. Like, and
Yeah.
that's how it should be as a professional. You know, like I like that a lot.
I'm
And like,
sure I'm sure I'll run into somebody that makes me a little bit mad, but I think keeping a level head gives you an edge.
oh, 100% going in there like with your emotions under control. It's a big
Yeah.
edge, and a
Yeah.
lot of people can't do that. I just sat down. I did a film study with one of my fighters today, and he lost control in some of his fight, his fight too. So like we're breaking it down. I'm like, look, see, this is where you're all emotional. Your hands are down because you're like talking. Like, and now look, you get hit here. Like we need to be emotionally regular in our fight. We can't just be mad and put our hands down. Like some
Yeah.
guys, when if you give them a shot to hit you, you're not going to be able to still win the fight. You know, like these
Yeah,
are things that we need to fix before you get in there with someone that's going to actually really hurt you. You know, because that can happen pretty easy.
for sure.
I did
I
that.
love those fights where the guys like hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, and then I hit him, he gets knocked out.
I make sure
Or
to
Or
tell Caveman.
everyone's
I did it a few times, Caveman, some of my fights, but then Bob did a smile. I was like far away from the fighter.
that wouldn't work against me. I'll still get
Oh,
I'll still get you.
he's like he's standing across the ring and hit you.
yeah, he
Yeah.
got the long ass reach.
I do it to Ray when we're sparring. I'm like, hit me, hit me, hit me.
Yep, I remember that. You was a nut kid. I was like, damn, this dude crazy.
I like to smile because um if something, in my opinion, or like our gym's theory is that like say you get hit and you're like you do that, or like you go like that, it shows the judges that you just got hit hard.
Uh-huh.
If you smile, I'm like judges might not even see your face, your guard's up,
Yeah.
but like maybe if you got to do something, I would smile in the
I,
fight.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's a good thing too because like I tell my fighters this all the time as well. Like not only you're fighting to win, you're fighting to put a show on for the judges. So like you need to impress those judges. Like figure skating, this they decide who wins. So if they're not impressed by you, like you don't win. So
yeah.
it's important that you put on a show for them.
Uh, that was for my last fight. I remember the fourth round. Like speaking of smiling, this is what reminded me of it. But basically, it was the fourth, like end of the fourth round. I'm sitting on the stool. Ryan had been talking. Ryan was drilling me in like the first two. He was like, "All right, now you're up two. You just gotta stay on it." Like basically telling me what I gotta do, work the kicks, whatever. But then the fourth round came. I was sitting there and I just looked at him and I smiled. I was like, oh, it's ours. Like we got the belt. And
Yeah.
but then looking back, I didn't know, like, I don't know. I was just so confident that night. So that was a cool feeling.
Were you in the zone that night, or is that how good you fight all the time?
No, I was not in the zone. That was not the zone. I walked
Yeah.
out there when I was in the octagon. I've been telling my story, like this story, to everyone that, like, because when I came back into town, everyone's like all hyped that I'm the champ. They're like, "How did it feel? How did it feel?" And like, it was so prolonged because I was like the second to last fight. It was so prolonged. I was in the locker room like the whole time. It was like being in the darkness. I don't know. But by the time I actually was walking, it was just like I felt literally nothing. Like there was no emotion at all. I wasn't like, all right, like boom, we're about to do this, do that, whatever. It was nothing. Like no feeling. I didn't feel warm or cold. I didn't feel like warmed up or not warmed up. I just felt literally nothing. I was like, fuck it. I guess like it's time to fight. Like I have to do it now. And that's how I felt literally until the bell rung. And
Wow,
then yeah, so I wouldn't say I was like on that night or off. It was literally just blank.
that's really impressive then too. So like, we saw you dominate our champ, and it's not even you at your best.
Uh, I mean, maybe it was my best, maybe it wasn't. That was like, to me it was just that was what's it called? It's just like muscle memory. That's what I would call it.
Yeah, it's like you're on autopilot, and you just went through an
Yeah,
autopilot. Like
for
you'll know
sure.
when you're in the zone, when you have that flow and you can't get hit, and like
Yeah.
you really feel that flow. Like you'll know,
Yeah.
like
That wasn't it. You'll
yeah.
you'll see that one day, but that wasn't it.
Man, hopefully you and Nick are both in the zone, and we get you guys fight at night awards because it definitely can happen. We got some
Yeah.
good fights on the card though, so we'll see. If it's
Yeah.
anything like the last fight, don't expect a fight at night bonus. I mean, you got to make it interesting at least.
Wow.
I mean,
That-
interesting like who's gonna win, who's not gonna
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
win.
I guess that's my job is to be the best. Nick's job is to be the best. And
Yeah,
if we're both on key for that, we'll be edging
yeah,
it out.
it'll be fight at night for sure, man. You guys are both really long too, so
Yeah.
it's an exciting fight.
I'm
Um,
excited for that because I feel like a lot of the times I have to fight either long and like I have to fight really long or I have to fight close because the fight comes close to me. So if we're both long, I feel like there'll be a chance of like to show like actual talent, like tech or not talent, technique. Like I'll have
right.
that tie rhythm. Like you gotta figure out where you can hit them. It's not just like a scrap. I don't know. It more than likely will end up being just a scrap, but I like the idea of having like a fight where I get to show that like, you know, it's not just me throwing stuff out there and landing it. I want people to know like I'm landing this because it's calculated now. I just like I don't know, I put it together and I landed it. And I think if we're both long, it'll give me a chance to show that a little bit.
Man, I hope that happens like that. I hope that it is a great fight, or I hope it's a dog fight in the clinch and you guys are just beating each other up too. I'd be excited to see that because I want to see some more of those elbows, dog. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone in my gym, because all my I do a lot with the fights, so all my guys go to the fights, but they were all pumped about your fight, man. Everyone was talking about those elbows. We worked elbows the next Sunday just because like your fight. So we did elbows all day. We did the tomahawk elbow. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do elbows today. I was like super pumped from your fight. So
That
you
means a lot for real.
that is the truth though, man. Because like we watch your fight, people asking about the elbows. I had like a whole game plan. I'm like, let's forget it. We're gonna do all elbows today. So we just had a fun. It was like a silly fun elbow class, but it was fun. Sometimes you just need to break up the rhythm and just break your curriculum and just go crazy and just have a fun day.
For
And
sure.
you made us have a fun day. So I'm sure my gym thanks you for that.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
All
shout
right,
out to
man.
them.
Yeah, shout out to Integrity Martial Arts, sponsor the program. Symbols up there. You can always check us out. Uh, we started an MMA program, so everyone come in and check us out, man, for sure. Uh, we happy to have everybody by. And if you ever want to come in and punch me in the face because I said something bad, you're always more than welcome to come in and train. I have all the guys I talk about K4 to come in because like if I'm talking shit, you should be able to punch me in the face. So you guys are always welcome to come and beat me up if you want to. Hopefully, you guys don't really want to beat me up, but if you do, like, I'll take my medicine like I'm supposed to.
I might take your offer on that.
Oh, I ain't coming
no.
in.
All right, well, I'd
Training,
be happy to have you in.
yeah, that would be awesome. Training's
right.
cool because you know you get used to like the people around you, so it's always fun to get a new look.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to give you double thick elbow pads. You're gonna be helping me with those elbows. I'm 48. I'm slowing down a little bit. I don't eat too many of those.
Don't worry, I'll pat him up.
All right, yeah. Don't be that guy like Mickey with no padding in there, just like a sleeve. Bong. Those guys. All right, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We're gonna let you out of here. It's our show's about to end. If you want to hang out and talk a couple minutes in the green room, that's fine. If you want to check out now, that's fine too. Cave 4, 2 weeks. Not this Saturday coming up. The Saturday after that. Be there. Buffalo River Works. Write-ups are coming. I'll have your Nick Walker's write-up done tomorrow. Should be posted about lunchtime. And keep an eye on Caveman's Corner for all the write-ups and my podcast. And we'll tag you in the stuff. And hopefully you come back on after you're the champ.
Yep, let's go. I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on, Izar.
Yes,
Izar
sir.
Cruden, guys. Check them out. K4.